Welcome to the Andy Ruther Show. Here is your host, Andy Ruther.
Welcome back to the Andy Ruther Show. That is me, Andy Ruther, on this Saturday evening here. Again, another late sesh. I like it. It's a good time to do it. The house is quiet. Do it before bed. And had a nice full day with the girls. Got another good run in with Molly. She loves her runs with Daddy. And the bounce house is jumping. We have I talked about this? I don't even remember. Brittany got a bounce house for the kids that we put in the basement, which I think I talked about this maybe on Dirty Sports. Anyway, yeah, like I'll never have a man cave, which whatever, I don't really care. But the girls love it. It takes up basically the whole basement, but they love it. So we get some good bounce house time in on the weekends. But yeah. Had another soccer game. This is just, my life isn't really that interesting, really, I guess. Guys like that. I mean, you know how it is. If you have two kids, if you have two little kids, 3 and 1, it's just not that interesting. But it's fun. It's like the old saying, the days are long and the years are short. I totally get that. They say that when you have kids. I totally get that saying. It's a great saying. The days do seem long at times and the years just fly by. But I might as well just get to the big news. The big news here that I've been holding on to for a few months, in case you have not heard, we are having an other child. We're welcoming a third child into this world because we hate our bank accounts. Daycare. I was thinking of daycare. I'm sure you guys have seen that video, the video from Scarface where they're just printing money. That's our daycare when we're like, we're having a third kid in 4 years. They're just printing that money. We're excited, though. We're excited. This is kiddo number 3. So we're doing 3 and 3.5 years. Brittany and I don't mess around. This is kind of like our last dance, so to speak, like the Last Dance documentary. So this is our last dance, and having another girl, because that's been my the hand I was dealt in life, right? So my mom, rest in peace, God bless Joanne's heart, 5 boys. I'm gonna follow it up with 3 girls. And in fact, here's a quick stat on that. Joe Prano cannot get over it. He can't get over that I'm having a third kid and a third girl. He sent me this yesterday. It's pretty funny. He put the probability into ChatGPT. He said, I asked ChatGPT the probability of your dad going 5 for 5 with boys, followed by you going 3 for 3 with girls. And it's 0.39% probability. Less than 0.5% probability, which is wild, that my dad would have 5 boys and I would follow it up with 3 girls. But, I feel like in life, I feel like things go and they ebb and flow, right? They cycle. So like that has to turn, right? My dad pumps out 5 boys. We pump out 3 girls. Brittany hates that term, by the way. She's always like, don't say pump out. Don't say pump out. So yeah, it's it's one of those things that I'll be honest with you guys. It was one of those talked about, not planned, not planned though, as far as having a third kid, right? Second kid was a whole plan. We want to give a sibling to Molly. I'm sorry, to Isla, which was Molly. And the third kid, it just, we talked about it, and I think we kind of kept things to ourselves, truthfully. And deep down, I always thought I wanted a third kid. right? Like deep down, I didn't feel that we were done yet. And I also knew in my heart, I was like, I'm going to be 45 in November. It's go time, man. I'll be 60 by the time this kid's 15. It's go time. And Brittany worries about her age as well, and whatever. I'll just tell you, she's 7.5 years younger than me. She's 37. So, there are complications as you get older as a female with pregnancy. So, it just happened. And, I sat there for a few months, truthfully. And I just like, you can use the word pray, talk to, whatever. I just tried to like invoke my mom. And that's kind of how I've felt since she died. And where I'm like talking to her or praying to her, whatever you want to call it. I don't really care. I don't get hung up on the terminology. And I just felt myself privately, internally, just being like, Mom, give me something. Show me a sign. Give me something. And can I handle this? And that was a big question for me because the two kids, two within less than 2 years, wasn't easy. It hasn't been easy, truthfully, on both Brittany and myself. And it's taxing, and you're not young. You're not young. I always use the analogy, and I'm sure I've done it already on the show, that my therapist has said to me, you're not the young pitcher who's got the fastball who can just blow the heat by people. You're Greg Maddux. You're trying to trick them into striking out now. That's what you are in this stage of your life with having kids in your soon to be mid 40s. That's the reality. Your early 40s, your mid to late 40s. You're in that stage. So it's not as easy. Father time is undefeated unless you're LeBron James. It's undefeated. So it's taxing physically, it's taxing mentally, emotionally, all those things. So Molly was not an easy baby. She still isn't, truthfully. She's only 15 months old. She'll be about 18 and a half to 19 months. So there'll be about a year and a half gap between her and her future sister. So like, I just, I would pray and I would say, like, Mom, can I handle this? Can we do this? Can Brittany and I do this together as a couple? Can we get through this? And like, I need something. And I don't know. I just, that's how I took things. And again, we didn't really fully talk about it. We didn't plan it. And she told me about 3 months ago, the first week of February. She told me on a Saturday. So we've known this long. She told me on a Saturday morning, we were lying in bed. I don't even remember if the girls were up playing in Isla's room or what they were doing. But I took it all in, and she's like, I was worried you were going to be upset because Molly hasn't been easy. And then the whole financial side. And I was like, no, this is great. This is good. And that's how we both felt. Again, this was our calling to have a third kid. We weren't done with two. And there was this sense of ease for some reason, that it was kind of the last hurrah. So in the first two kids, I was happy, but my mind, I was doing a classic stereotypical male. My mind just went to finances, making sure everything would work financially and all those things. That's what happened with the first two kids. I didn't think about that all when she told me she was pregnant with number 3, because I didn't care. And I think just in light of things that have happened around me, and I've talked about it with, my neighbor who has brain cancer, and I've seen serious things, and I just felt like life is too short. I'm not going to worry about the financial end. Like, you'll make it work, Andy. You as a couple will make it work. I'm not going to stress that. We're bringing another kid into this world, and We're blessed to have that. It's amazing. All those things, right? All those things are good. We're not going to stress the small things. And that's kind of how we approached it. And I don't here's the thing when it comes to the gender. The first time that I learned she was having a girl, I was like, a little disappointed, truthfully. And then the second time I wasn't surprised. And this time was really different. So this time, so full disclosure, first of all, let me take you back. Let's bring it back for a minute. I thought Brittany was pregnant before Brittany thought she was pregnant, which is hilarious because women know their bodies better than anyone, right? They know their own bodies. She only snores when she's pregnant. She only snores when she's pregnant. And I noticed some snoring like last week or two of January. And I said to her, "Are you pregnant?" And she laughed at me. She goes, "You're out of your mind. Why would you think that?" I go, "Because you snored a little bit. You only snore when you're pregnant." Whatever. That was the conversation. What I didn't know is that she, I think a week later, started secretly taking pregnancy tests, right? Before she told me she was pregnant. So I had an inkling, which is wild, before she even had an inkling. All right. So fast forward to the baby's gender, right? I, at this point, obviously we both wanted, it would be nice to have a boy, right? It'd be nice to have a boy. And my thing, I won't even use the word want. It was one of those things that like any baby is a healthy baby. Obviously, we know that. We know some people struggle. Well, I have that within my own family. People struggle to have kids, right? We understand that. But a boy would have been, I'm a guy, and guys go to like their legacy, and you start thinking about that stuff. And truthfully, for Brittany, she wanted a mama's boy, right? She sees how the girls are with me. The girls are such daddy's girls, especially Molly. They're such daddy's girls, and they're cling to my hip. And she wanted, she that would be nice for her with the boy. That's the truth, and that's understandable. To have that same thing. So we started kind of convincing ourselves that it was a boy, which was reckless, right? It's a 50-50 shot. It's a 50-50 shot. And I don't know why we had done that. I didn't do that. I didn't really do that with the first two girls. I didn't. And then things started to line up, guys, that we really convinced ourselves, or she really convinced herself truthfully, and then it convinced me. And this was the big one. I'll just be fully honest with you guys. She narrowed down, and again, I don't know this stuff. She narrowed down basically conception date. And she said it was December 18th. And I was like, "Are you serious? You sure it's December 18th?" She said, "Yeah. That's basically the date of conception that I have in my timeline, lining up with her cycle, all those things. It's December 18th." I say to her, "That's my parents' wedding anniversary." And we both had a moment, right? We both had a moment. And it was powerful, truthfully. It was very overwhelming for me. Definitely for me. Here I am for a few months trying to talk to my mom, say, "Give me a sign, give me a sign, give me a sign." Should we run it back? Should we do a three-peat? Should we make our last dance? And here she's telling me conception date is my deceased parents' wedding anniversary? And that's when we started playing your mom's going to give us a boy. Your mom's going to give us a boy. We started playing that game, which was reckless. It was reckless. And then in my head, I didn't really talk about it as much. In my head, I decided if there's a boy, I want to name him after my dad, which we had initially talked about before Isla was born, before we knew Isla's gender. We had talked about that. Brittany had said to me she always loved the name Walter. And could you name a son after your dad? And the truth is, I couldn't do it 3 years ago. I couldn't. It was still too recent for my dad's death. I couldn't emotionally. I couldn't do it. I was like, I can't. I just could never name a kid at that point in my life after my father because it would just trigger too much stuff. But 3 years later, I was like, I think I can handle that. I think I could name a kid after my dad. And I think that would be, just a lovely homage to my father. And it would be really nice. And so I started planting that seed in my head. And then on top of that, Brittany's saying this pregnancy feels different. The first 2 pregnancies felt the same, yada, yada, yada. All those things, right? And her and I start playing this game. Oh, we're going to have a boy. We're going to have a boy. And I think more so because, again, all those reasons why we were leaning that way for ourselves emotionally. And she's convinced, right? She's like, it's a boy. And I'm like, yeah, this is a gift from my mom. And again, you're playing these games when it's a 1 out of 2 chance. It's just a 1 out of 2 chance. It's 50-50. So she does the genetic testing. And for those of you who don't know, you do the genetic testing now and they send it all via email. And it's not just the gender, right? It's the possibility of the baby having any sort of genetic disorder and all those things. And it's just all these check marks. Truthfully, I don't even know because, she takes the genetic test obviously on her own through her blood. And in that long list of health listings or markers, whatever you want to call it, is the baby's gender. Now, truthfully, I could go. I said this with our second kid. Like, I could have gone the full pregnancy and not known. Now, it's nice to prepare. You want to prepare. Let's maybe say for clothing, those sort of things, themes, whatever. That's more her alley. I don't really handle that. It's nice. So anyway, she's like, the results are in. And we had talked about filming it. We had talked about me just setting up my tripod and filming it. Like for us, put it on social media. And she's not a big social media person, but let's put it on social media. Let's have fun with it. Right. She gets the email in the morning. This maybe almost a month ago. No, almost 2 months ago. Like, I don't know, first or second week of March. We're getting the kids ready for daycare. She's getting ready for work. She's like, Andy, it's in. The test results are in on everything for the baby. The gender results are in. I was like, I got to get the girls ready for daycare. I was like, can we look at it when you come back from work? She's like, no way. She's one of those people. She's like, no way I can go all day. And the whole plan was, we're going to do this together. We're going to legit do this together as a couple. We're going to do this together and find out the gender together. She's like, there's no way I won't look at my phone. I won't go down that email. I was like, just don't look at the email. She's like, there's no way I can do it. There's no way I can do it. I was like, don't read it. So we got to do this now. Set up, let's set this up. If we're going to film this, let's set it up. So we go in our living room area. I set up a little tripod and we have the girls with us. And I have a pretty priceless reaction where I'm just like, oh my God, I can't handle another girl and whining. And I'm just like shocked. Because again, all that backstory of like naming a boy after my dad, and she had convinced me, and knowing it's her last hurrah, like there's a lot of emotion. There's a lot going on there when we recklessly, is the word I'll use, assumed, both of us assumed all these signs her feeling different in pregnancy, all these things, all these signs had pointed to a different gender. We were going to have a boy. And then it's another girl. And then my reaction is pretty priceless. And I'm just like, and I'm saying, oh my God, the whining, the whining. Whereas ironically, I'm also whining, right? And I'm leaning into it, truthfully. I know there's a camera there. I've done this for how long? And then Brittany has to get up and go to work, right? She's got to go to UC where she's a pharmacist. And Isla's off in the playroom at this point, and I'm just like holding Molly. Just like holding Molly, and Molly's leaning into me. She's such a sweet little kid. I'm just like staring off into space, right? So I had the video, yada, yada, yada. I edit it down. I have fun with it, right? Obviously, I'm in the content world, the comedic world, all that stuff. Content creator, call it what you want. So I edit the video down, and I have it sitting there for the last 6-7 weeks, right? We've had the video sitting there. I add me just holding Molly, thinking, and we play. I add Simon and Garfunkel's "Hello Darkness." You know, it's a great little soundtrack to like the visual that I've edited. After I just am going off, I'm like, oh, I can't have another girl, and I'm whining, and where I'm also talking about them whining, which again, the irony. And then it ends, right? It ends with a picture I love of Isla and I showing our fingernails. She had just painted my fingernails and said, "Girl number 3, fall 2026." Right? It's a cute video. It's 57 seconds. We loved it. People who saw it before I posted on social loved it. Absolutely loved it. Everybody loved it. Everybody's like, oh my God, when are you going to post that? When are you going to post that? And truthfully, we didn't want to post anything, make any announcements. We didn't tell many people until after her 20 weeks, you know, to be on the safer side after her 20-week ultrasound, which was about a week and a half ago. So anyway, I finally make the big announcement outside of just our small circle. I posted the video on social media on Friday. Posted on Instagram, posted on TikTok, posted on Twitter, posted on Threads, posted on Facebook. I'm adding a Facebook page now, whatever. Bro. Like, where do I even begin? So the video starts getting traction because I don't post much on a lot of these platforms. And I'm just now deciding, like, I'm going to start posting more, right? I'm living the dad life. Let's talk about it. Let's have fun with it. Let's take a comedic take. Let's do it. The video starts gaining some traction on Instagram, right? And it's gaining pretty good traction outside of my own circle of friends, outside of Brittany's circle of friends, people we know, which was nice Friday night. And, you know, everybody's cool. Everybody was loving it. And it had like no traction on Threads, which I'm not really on Threads. I've posted maybe like 30 times. I'm just like, let's throw it up there. So I'm watching the Lakers Rockets game last night. And I pull out my phone. And I see it's just gone bananas on Threads by women who literally hate me. Dude, it's insane. Literally hate me from a 57-second video about a gender reveal for our third child. And by the way, when I say hate me, like, I don't even know where to start, guys. Like, it's like they're living on a different planet. And I'm truthfully fascinated. And we all know what I talked about last episode on the faceless trolls, where last week, where my NFL tweet goes viral. Now this one is gaining major viral steam on Threads. And a lot of it's not anonymous faceless trolls. It's just angry women who hate me Have a lot of issues with Britney too. It's insane. The cesspool on Threads. And at this point, I'm like debating, I'm like, what's worse, Twitter or Threads? And it's funny because it does align politically. I will bring that into it because it does. It's like Threads is left-leaning, liberal people. I would argue, I'm talking about what's pushed in the algorithm. X, Twitter, definitely more right-leaning, right? So on X, you get the anonymous trolls who are going to say racist stuff like homophobic slurs, those sort of things. You'll get that more on X, 100%, right? Because it's kind of a free for all. Which again, whatever. You know, I'm a free speech guy. Like, you can say whatever the hell you want on any platform. Like, I'm not a fan of trying to police anyone's free speech. But then on Threads, it's like the blue-haired barista from Starbucks, right? And I'm telling you guys, I was not prepared to go down in this comment section. I mean, going off on me. I'm talking about like wishing I die, saying I need my kids taken away from me, saying from this video they're concerned I'm going to murder my kids. I'm not exaggerating this. This isn't, guys, like I'll pull it up right now. I'm looking on my Threads. The video, so I like completely got ratio on Threads. I also threw it under the parenting Threads subcategory. You can do subcategories on Threads. So right now it has 1,000 likes, but over 4,100 comments. All right, so completely ratioed. And dude, they're all negative. Like all of them. These women hate me. And then the few non-women are like total cuck dudes. Bro, it's wild. And I engaged with a couple. I know I said last episode I wasn't going to do that, but like just to have fun, I engaged with a couple. Like this one guy stuck up for me, and I just wrote back under that comment like, bro, this is the comedy. He's like, why is everybody getting so mad at this guy? Literally one guy. He's like, why is everybody getting so mad at this guy? And I was like, dude, this is the comedy. Look at this. Look at this comment section. I said it's, and I believe this true. I was like, dude, it's all single, unhappy women who have no meaning in their life that are just projecting. You know, I'm a misogynist. I'm this. They don't understand the comedy of the video. They also don't understand, again, the background, the whole story. They don't know me. They don't know shit about me. That's what's so funny about it. Like, you're making a full judgment off a video. I mean, the top comment I look under the video has 10.7 thousand likes. He said he can't deal with the whining, and he's the one whining, and she's apologizing for being pregnant with the girl. Because Brittany in the video a few times just keeps saying, like, I'm sorry, Andy, which they're so stupid. She's just saying, I'm sorry, as in like, oh, we both thought this was going to happen. I'm sorry. Could never be me. How is this funny? And then a lot of them are like, hey, it's your fault. You carry, the male determines the baby's gender, which no shit. I know that. Like, you're talking about a whole comment section who literally has no sense of humor. None. It's like they live on a different planet. And I'm telling you guys, I went to a bunch of their profiles out of curiosity. Every single one had like pronouns, different color hair, everything but Trump. Like these people literally have no meaning in their life. Like that's all it is. That's all they're doing. And they literally hate me. I'm talking literally, people are talking about I should be murdered. If you have Threads, you got to see this comment section. It's wild. And then the guys who respond are such betas. It's so funny. I don't normally like to use that term because I think it's hack, but they really are. Like this guy. As a father of 4 kick-ass girls, I'm going to hold myself back as I say, you can fuck all the way off with this emotionally imbalanced act. Click on his profile. Literally, this is his profile. Husband, girl dad, writer, U.S. Army vet, BLM, gay and trans ally. It's just like, dude, you're like every stereotype. You're literally every stereotype. It's the same way when you go on X and you see some shit and you're like, I guarantee they have an American flag in their bio. I guarantee they have American flag and MAGA in their bio. It's the same thing on the other side, right? It goes both ways, like I always say. They're all in cults. They're all in cults. It's dude, it's so wild to me. And I couldn't get over this. And I was texting DJ Sizzle. I was like giving him updates, like, dude, look at these. And I was like screenshotting them. I'm laughing. I'm enjoying the Laker game. They're kicking ass, right? Of course, I'm rooting for the Lakers, and they're going to win that series against the Rockets last night. And I'm just like blown away. Like, there's not a single positive comment, except for this one dude who then just gets absolutely destroyed by every chick. And he's doubling and tripling down, like, saying the things that I would say, going like, it's just a video. And it's funny. And he's like, and clearly he loves his kids. The last thing in the video is a picture of him happy as can be, showing his fingernails with his daughter. Like, how do you guys not see this? I mean, all these comments like Britney should leave me, and I'm not fit to have children, and how my girls, this, like, the internet lasts forever. My third daughter is going to see this, or my other daughters are going to be ruined because of this video. Insane. Absolutely. Like, guys, it's absolutely insane. These people, they live, right? They live in this world of just being unhappy. I'm telling you, they went back. I've only posted on Threads for maybe 30, 40 posts. Women were going back on and posting on every single post I've ever done and trolling me. Like, they spent their whole day, whole last 24 hours, and it continuing. I mean, as we speak now, literally comments are coming in. Like, as we speak now, comments are just flying in from these people. It's insane to me. But here's what happened. Instagram started going this way too. Not to this level, nothing to this level. But some negative comments started coming in this morning. And Brittany's not on social media. She's not. She has an Instagram account. She hasn't posted in 12, 13 years. But I was taking my morning shit, and I was like, we're getting some negative comments. And here's the thing. I can handle it. You guys know I can handle it. You come at me all day. All day. I can handle it. I've been in this game for a long time. I grew up with ball-busting brothers. I've been in the comedy world for years. You can say the worst things about me. Don't be going to my lady. Don't go with her. She's off limits. Now, she's in the video, so you can say that's fair game. Okay. She doesn't say much in the video. But then people started coming at her. A few comments. Again, not all of them. Instagram was mostly positive, for sure. The video was taken off, right? And it's done well. It has like over 200,000 views on Instagram. It's the biggest video I've ever done. I don't post much on Instagram. I only have like 2,000 followers. Whatever. Anyway, I made the mistake, or maybe it wasn't a mistake. I was trying to protect Brittany. I go, don't look at the comment section. Because overnight, the algorithm kicked into gear. It was gaining traction. And clearly, it's like a bunch of like angry British women. I'd be angry too if my teeth were jacked up and I lived in England and it was always raining and that was their food that they get to eat. You know, I'd be pissed off too. But they're starting to leave some negative comments about Brittany. And I just didn't look. See, that's my thing. Like, I just stopped looking. I just don't care. I woke up, read a few negative comments on Instagram, and was like, okay, I'm out. Cool. This thing is doing well. It's performing well. I'm still getting a lot of likes. I'm out. I told her not to look at it. She did. And there were some like really mean ones, right? Like one chick was like, you guys are both not fit to be parents. I hope something happens to that baby. Basically hoping that, there's a miscarriage, which is next level. Like you're next level mentally ill. You don't know anything about me. You don't know anything about Brittany. You don't know anything about our backgrounds. You don't know anything about our kids. You know anything about our relationship. You know nothing. You know a 57-second video. And you're saying we're not fit to be parents, and you're saying crazy shit. I can handle it. Brittany's not in this world. She's a pharmacist, man. She purposely is not on social media. All right. So I said, okay, I'm done. I'm taking the comments off. I'm taking the comments off the video. Right. And we talked through it tonight. And she says she's been really upset today. And I need to learn. I'm used to this. She's not. And she's like, dude, I can't be in videos anymore, even if I'm minimally in them. I don't want to be on this. I can't handle this. Because Brittany was pissed today. Pissed, also hurt. I get it. I mean, these people are crazy. Like, I still can't get over it. I still can't get over what's still happening right now on Threads. And, there's some of it on TikTok, but none of it compared. Not a single negative comment on Twitter. It's just so wild how everyone's different. It's just, there's just so, what did I say last week? What did I say? What was my line? What did I say on the show last week? Because I'm going to pull it up again. Because I think it's true. What did I say? Oh, yeah. I don't think you need to have kids to be happy, but the most unhappy people online are childless. Which was a lot of these people. Don't get me wrong. There were angry moms, too. There were definitely a fair share of angry moms. But so many of them, it's just losers. I don't know what else to call them. I don't know what else to call them. You're a loser. Dude, I saw some, I pulled up. So now they're like going into old videos of mine on Instagram too. It's wild. Some chick was like responding to the video before that, which was from like a couple months ago, like February. She's writing like paragraph novels talking about how I can't do what I did, and then lecturing some other woman who left a comment that wasn't even mean to me, just who was like, hey, man, kids whine. This is what I would do, yada, yada, yada. Then she left like a novel comment. I look at this girl's bio. Pronouns, of course, it's like given. 24-year-old. Like, she don't even have kids. Oh, well, I study. You don't know shit. You don't know shit about the world. You don't know anything. You don't know until you go through it. The same way I didn't know about kids until I went through it, or losing my parents until I went through it, right? You don't know. Hopping in the car. Dude, it's insane. But at the same time, I'm like, push that algorithm, girls. Like, they don't get it. Keep leaving them comments. Keep promoting my video, because there's also a fair share of people who love it and who are like, oh, now I see you, Andy Ruther. I'm going to follow this guy. Because there will be more dad content, because I have fun with it and I like it. And I'll be a 3-time girl dad, 3-time old girl dad. And truthfully, I think it's kind of unique. I do. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I don't know a single dad who's had 3 kids post 41. His first 3 kids, I should say. Philip Rivers probably has that. His first 3 kids post 41, and they're all girls. Like, that's a very unique situation. Don't have kids till late, and then they're all girls. So I'm going to have fun with it. I'm gonna make videos. I'm gonna be sarcastic. I also love my girls to death. Everybody knows that, and I think that's truthfully what hurt Brittany. And I hate to see that. And we talked through it tonight. Don't mess with my girl. And I don't want to see that. And the truth is, and we talked about it, none of us saw any sort of backlash like this or negativity. None of us. I wouldn't have posted the video, truthfully. At this point, it's up. It's up. Again, you can just turn off the comments on Instagram. I could turn them off on Threads if I wanted to, but I'm kind of enjoying that. Brittany's not going to see those. It's just such a cesspool of just angry people that are fully judging. See, that's what's wild to me, dude. Like, I'll see stuff online. I don't feel like, even if I have an opinion, I don't have to comment on it. It's bananas to me. These people have to just comment. And I'm going to bring up what I played last week. I'm going to bring up the Goggins thing, man. Right? And he's talking about men here with social media. I played it last week, but dude, it applies to women. Let's just play it out. I love it. I play this for every chick commenting wild shit.
Because first of all, we're too busy trying to grind and be better. Correct. Second of all, unless we know what we know, we shut our fucking mouths. But now,
all right. I mean, look at this point. It's a great point. Unless we know what we know, we shut our mouths. His point is like, dude, you don't know anything about me. You know anything about Brittany? You know anything about our daughters? You know anything about our background, our family? You know nothing. You know nothing. But you have to comment. You feel like you have to comment on like a corny, like whatever gender reveal video.
Nowadays, there's not many real men who live by that creed.
Or women.
You know, if you're on social media running your fucking mouth and shit, you're just a bitch. Correct. Shut the fuck up. Because real men, they ain't saying shit about nobody. Shut the fuck up. Because first of all,
I mean, what's wrong that he's saying? There's nothing wrong that he's saying. There's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with what he's saying. Just shut the fuck up. Again, I don't care. You're helping my algorithm. You're helping more people know me. Like, you guys have learned literally nothing. This is literally the guy you hate, the orange bad man that you hate. This is literally how he created his whole thing from a marketing perspective. Marketing 101. I don't care whether you're him, a brand, another influencer. Literally, you don't understand how algorithms work. You know, as a guy who works in, I always love to call people out on that, as a guy who works in content creation for a brand. Like, when people talk shit, I'm just like, cool, dude, you're helping our algorithm. More people are going to know about our product, but so keep chirping. Keep it going. Like they haven't figured that out. And the old saying, all press is good. Like, all press is good press. I mean, there's a reason that saying exists, and you can kind of plug that in today's social media age, so to speak. It's just wild to me. But also, like, real talk, y'all need to shut up. Y'all need to get outside. Can you imagine hating somebody, wishing someone dies over a gender reveal video? A gender reveal video. It's insanity. Telling me I should have my kids taken away. I shouldn't be allowed. Saying I've ruined my kids, like I've ruined their entire lives over a video. Coming at my wife? We're legally married, by the way. Well, not technically. We haven't done the ceremony. It's always weird. Like, we went down to the courthouse this week, and we got the marriage license. So I guess we're not technically legally married. We have our marriage certificate. It needs to be certified the next 60 days by somebody, whether that's a judge. We have a court date. for that or somebody else. So that's good. We're gonna finally make it official. Now I don't have my ring on me tonight, ladies. I know you're hoping that Brittany leaves me because the worst dad ever. Even though everything I do for my entire life is for my kids. But hey, that's besides the point. A lot of messed up people out there, guys. I mean, and look, here's the thing. It's been eye-opening, truthfully, the last 24 hours. I didn't think it was this bad. It's been eye-opening. Like, we mess around on this show and we do like fun stuff like Karen's and Anderson. This is like Karen's on steroids times 1 million. And I don't even know if you call them Karens. But like, bro, they just don't get jokes over there, man. They don't. Like, I mean, guys, I'm literally getting comments like as we speak, dude. Like, it's insane. I mean, they added a community note. I don't even know how Threads works. The community note says men who cry about having all girls have small dick energy. Like, how is that? Like, community notes are supposed to be legit, like, which is pretty funny, by the way. But like, it's amazing that they would put that on there. Dude, it's just angry. I mean, I'm literally just, oh my God. And like novels. Just people writing. Oh my God. I'm sorry if this is boring you. It's just, that's why I don't look at it. I'm just scrolling down. I haven't looked at it all day. Just the labels. That's why I always laugh at that. Like, and it's true. The saying, the tolerant left. Bro, like when you get this extreme, there's nothing more tolerant. Like, and I was thinking today politically, I was laughing to myself. I was like, gun to your head, like, who would you rather be in a room with? The like cult MAGA Trump person or like these type people? And I was like, at least the Trump people can maybe have a sense of humor. They do, right? I might not agree with politics, but like to that level of you know, how people like, I don't agree with any of that on either side, but like, can you imagine, again, just like watching a video of a stranger and completely summing up their entire life without knowing anything about them?
Too busy trying to grind and be better. Correct. Second
That's what Goggins is talking about. Just be better. Worry about yourself.
of all, unless we know what we know, we shut our fucking mouths. But nowadays, there's not many real men who live by that creed. You know, if you're on social media running your fucking mouth and shit, you're just a bitch. Correct. Shut the fuck up. Because real men, they ain't saying shit about nobody. Shut the fuck up.
I love it. But we're you know, I had to go through all that, but obviously we're happy. We're thrilled. And I'm thrilled. Like, you know, this is the lot I was given. And I think back, and I got to go back and listen to the podcast I did with my mom from the Dent Report like 8 years ago when I'm talking to her saying like, Mom, you had 5 boys. Like, what was that like? And she's like, you know, that's what God gave me, man. Like that's what I was given. And that's how I feel, truthfully. It's like, that's what I was given. Yeah, there might've been some disappointment on that video at first. And I'm being a whiny little bitch myself for sure. But at the end of the day, you give me a happy, healthy baby, even just a healthy baby, you know, they'll get happy at some point. It's like you give someone a healthy baby, that's all you want. And you guys know these girls are my world. I love them so much. And this is what I'm going to have. I'm going to be a girl dad. And, it's hard now, and it's going to be even harder when they're teenagers. And they're all synced up. The same menstrual cycle. God, that'll suck. That will truly, truly suck. But hey, again, that's what I've been given. And, maybe at that point we'll have a boy dog. Get a little testosterone up in here. Shoot me a message. Go check out the comments if you want to laugh. If you want to like go down a rabbit hole of just awful humans, which ironically is what they think I am. So again, projection. It's like projection times 100. Go check it out. We do have a hotline here at the Andy Ruther Show. What is that? It's 859-935-0078. All are welcome on the hotline. Everyone's welcome. We do not discriminate in the hotline. Same way I do not discriminate in DMs. Shoot me a DM. Shoot me a message. Social media at Andy Ruther. All right, guys. I got to get to bed. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Much love. Peace.